Hello Asia, how is everybody doing? Are we all ready for the big grand final? Oh, I don't think I've got the noise on. No, I haven't. Look, no noise. I've got the noise on now. There you go. Everybody can now hear the game sounds. There we go. Lovely, lovely. So, we're here. Grand final time. Feast against GV. These two played yesterday, but, you know, GV really hurt Feast. But, there's a big but. Was it by design or not? Wow, we will find out. We've got the grand final. It is best of 9, so that means it's the first of 5 victories this time. We'll be kicking off in about 5 minutes. So we should be getting the invite through in about a minute. And then we'll go through the teams now. I mean, this is Feast. They have a win rate of 64.88%. Led, of course, by a Maddox, who's now Maddox come. We have Bifrost, F Silver, Hidden Surprise, Sleeping Lion, BMW, Winter Fox, 007 James, and Sugar Magoo. That is the normal Feast lineup, so we will be seeing some of those today. Moving over to GV, wow, they've got a 66.74% win rate. And they are led by Berlin. Their team comprises of Professor, Tokyo, Moscow, Monaco, the Yakuza, Welcome to VN, Florida, Doha, and Manila. Well, we now have the room invite, so we'll jump into that room and let's see what's going on. We'll jump in and jump out again though, so we're just ready up. I'm already in a medium tank and I'm just going to jump back out again. So I'm going to wait to the 3-minute mark. That way, well, three and a half minute mark. That way, there's no danger of any stream sniping whatsoever. Now, the thing is, assassin. I'm only joking, mate. Yeah, no, I'm always doing Asia. Now, the thing is this. Yesterday, these two met in the upper bracket final, and Feast played the first game exceptionally well. GV were a little bit too aggressive on that one. They went rushing in on a big advance, on a big push, and Feast actually turned them over. However, this is completely different now. This is now the grand final. Different maps, maybe therefore different meta and different strats. So, GV have looked impressive. Feast are, however, still Feast. It's, you know, you cannot turn this around. And Feast played exceptionally well in the lower bracket final. And I mean exceptionally well. It was a completely different style of Feast than what we saw in the upper bracket final against GV. So what are we looking for today? Well, I think this one's close to call. A lot of people are thinking Feast are going to turn it over, but we just do not know. It is going to be very, very close. So, we are going out on Halas. Like I said, it's best of 9. It is the first of 5 victories. Moving over to the teams, well, we have GV. They will go out on the South Spawn. We have Berlin in a Mouse, Doha in an IS-4, Monaco in a T-22, Moscow in an E5, Professor in a T-22, Tokyo in an E5, and the Yakuza in a Kranwagen. Looking across to Feast, well, we have Maddox in the IS-4, BMW in the E5, Bifrost in the E5, F Silver in the Vickers Light, Hidden Surprise in the E5, Sleeping Lion in the Kranwagen, and Sugar Magoo, that's right, he's in his T22. So that is what we've got in store for us. They are going out on the North Spawn. Now, Halas is a relatively small map. It is not that big. It looks big, but whilst there are 3 spawn points, 2 of them are really, really close together, and one of them is sort of way out in the middle of nowhere. And the thing is, is it really one of those maps that is cap dominated, or is it a map that is more aggression dominated? And this is what we're going to be hoping to see in this game today. How these two clans are going to approach this particular map. It's good to get around the map. We normally do see a lot of action with the medium tanks around that C-cap area, and both teams are taking mediums. However, Feast are taking a light tank, namely the Vickers. So, Lack of Vickers. They do have 2 T22s on GV's team, but there is a lack of Vickers. There is a Vickers on the Feast team. Maybe they are looking to get those early spots, probably in the middle area, maybe towards that C cap. We also have Berlin in a Mouse on GV. Now, I really can't see the Mouse doing anything other than being a meat shield around by the B cap here, because that's where they are spawning. They're spawning on the B cap side. So, is it the B cap? I think it is the B cap side. I keep forgetting. Oh, or is it the A cap? That's the A cap, isn't it? So they'll be. So is he going to look to dominate that area along with Doha there in the IS4? Well, again, we don't know. They've got 3 good tanks for all down, and that is the 2 E5s and the Kranwagen. Are they looking to dominate the middle area of the map? Looking at Feast, well, they haven't got a mega super heavy. They've got the IS4. That's not really a super heavy in the same terms as a Mouse or an E100. What are they looking to do? Are they looking to dominate the middle area with those E5s and Kranwagens, the T22 and the Vickers Light? Are they looking to get around the map? Are they looking to take the battle to GV? Well, this is the thing. We will not know at this moment in time. We can only guess. And the problem with the clans at this level is guesstimation really doesn't help you, because they have multiple strats for multiple maps. So we can all sit here and say, well, if this was a QT or if this was a random battle, we would go here and here. These clans don't do that. We, however, are about to jump in and find out exactly what they are planning to do. So, best of luck and good luck to both clans. This is the grand final. This is going to be the one who holds their heads high and say, yes, they are the Winter Caesar champs if they get to the first 1 to 5 victories. So, really, good luck to both clans. They're both at the top of their game. You can see there the hit points just topping in GV's favour, mainly because of the Mouse more than anything else. But again, that really doesn't mean anything at this level. So let's get up high into the back of the map straight away. And as quite expected, they are making a beeline for the A cap, looking to dominate that area. Moving over to Feast. Well, F Silver is doing something that I did not. In fact, the old team is doing something I didn't plan. They're going in the reverse of what they thought, because they are going to the C cap with F Silver trying to get the spots overlooking the A and the B cap. A cap has been taken very, very rapidly there by GV, and now they're rushing towards the B cap. That's interesting. So the cap advantage is going to go to GV, and they're going to be able to then take defensive positions and consolidate themselves, waiting for Feast to push onto them. That automatically puts Feast on the back foot. F Silver there, if he's trying to get the reset on the B cap, but with 2 tanks in there, it's almost impossible, to be honest with you. Maddox now is rolling around the map in an IS4, which is something you don't normally see. You don't normally see IS4s like that getting into positions before the more mobile tanks. Sugar Magoo in his T22 has taken the C cap, but there's 100 points difference now between the 2 teams, with GV seriously and clearly taking an advantage. Berlin is being quite aggressive here, and he can afford to be. He's a Mouse, but is he biting more than he can chew there? I don't know. He's trying to toy with Bifrost. I think what he's trying to do is trying to tempt Feast to attack. The Yakuza has been smacked and has got a bloody nose, but it's nothing to write home about at this moment in time. Berlin, I think Berlin is trying to draw Feast onto him, because he's got a shed load of tanks just behind him, just waiting, coiled up like a real coiled spring, ready to jump into action at the moment that they need to. Hidden Surprise is trying to rotate round, back for his spawn. Sleeping Lion, BMW, they're also moving, but this is like not a massive push by Feast. It's a tentative push. Maddox, however, is coming around the back, but Yakuza and Tokyo and Professor is there to cover that. Now, what are they going to do? Oh, they're not going to cover Maddox. They are just going to rush on to BMW. BMW could be in trouble here. Professor is there. Oh, but Berlin and the Mouse is down. So is BMW. So look at the points. Look at the points. GV have got so many points. They've got, 300 more. Bifrost is seriously in danger here. If Tokyo can hook up with Moscow, and if Professor in Monaco can take down F Silver, this is going to be a terrible start. Oh, but Professor goes down. Great work there by F Silver. They still can't get rid of Bifrost, and they can't get rid of F Silver. Down goes Yakuza. Feast have now turned the tables. Not only that, they're capping all the caps. So they're going to prevent GV from getting any more points. Finally, there goes Bifrost, but GV tentatively getting the advantage back. However, they've still got a lot of work to do here. I mean, even more so now that they've just lost Tokyo. This is great stuff from Feast. Monaco trying to get out and chase down onto Sleeping Lion. Great shot by Sleeping Lion, but now he's on his long reload. And Monaco is looking worse for wear. Down goes Hidden Surprise, but Feast losing the advantage again, but they've still got Sugar Magoo, Sleeping Lion, and Maddox. And Sugar Magoo and Sleeping and Maddox are very, very healthy. Then again, so is Doha, but Monaco is not, and Sugar Magoo is chasing him down. We're going to have a look at that battle. It's 3-on-3, but the hit points are favouring Feast, and so are the cap points. In fact, everything's favouring Feast at the moment. Monaco desperately jumping into the C cap, but he is being chased down by Sugar Magoo. Oh, he's not able to cap C. He's not able to get advantage from the points. Down he goes, and Feast turn it around and take the first victory. At one stage there, it did look like Feast were going to go down there, but wow, what a comeback. What an amazing comeback, in fact. Feast turning it round massively, absolutely massively. And look at that. Maddox 3.3k, F Silver 3.3k, and Sleeping Lion 3k. Compare that to GV, only Doha breaking the 3.5k barrier, the rest of them not even getting close to 3k. Poor old Berlin getting focused quite early on there and only going down for 800. Kind of did his job, but boy, he really went down quite soon. So, Feast showing that they can counter punch, and they can counter punch hard. Wow. Excuse me while I sip some coffee. So, we're going back out on Halas. And we will have GV now on the north spawn, Feast on the south spawn. It's currently 1-0 to Feast. Feast do have, therefore, the upper hand. We will have Berlin in a mouse, Doha in an IS-4, Monaco in a T22, Moscow in an E5, Professor in the T22, Tokyo in an E5, the Yakuza in a Kranwagen. Looking across to Feast, who are on the south spawn, we have Maddox again in the IS-4, Bifrost in the E5, F Silver in the Vickers, Hidden Surprise in the E5, 007 James Bond in the E5, Sleeping Lion in the Kranwagen, and you guessed it, Sugar Magoo in his T22. What more do you want? It's fantastico. So, what are GV going to do here? Are they going to do a similar strat? Are they going to try and take the bases again? Or are Feast going to prevent them from doing that and take the battle to them almost instantly? Or are they going to wait like last time and just rotate around the map and flank them, which they did. It was a great pincer movement there by Maddox, and really putting the shots into the backside of GV and putting them down effectively. Well, we will find out. As I say, it's always difficult to call the strats for these guys. They always change it around. They have multiple strats for multiple games. And I've got a mosquito buzzing around my hair, which is really annoying. Anyway, let's get a pie into the back. So, package loss. That's what you like, isn't it? Well, it does look like GV are doing a similar strat, but in mirror. It's not often you see that, but it could work. Bifrost, however, is going to be covering that here of Feast. The rest of Feast, though, well, they're doing pretty much the same as they did last time. This time, though, we've got F Silver going to the C cap, which is what I expected him to do in the first game, but he didn't. And the rest of Feast are trying to dominate that middle area again. So, the B cap has been taken. Cap advantage again goes to GV. Doha getting a smacking from Bifrost as he sticks his nose up on the ramp. And he's now retreating back a little bit. Bifrost is doing a good job there in making sure that the B cap is kind of protected. But if they drop more than one tank in there, then it's pretty difficult for him to reset it. However, again, Sugar Magoo and Maddox rotating all the way around the map and going to come up behind GV. Something that GV are not aware of, yet it happened in the last game. And as you can see here, GV are slowly but surely being bled by Feast. GV are not getting it all their own way here. Bifrost at the moment is the only one on the Feast team to be taking any damage. But that's because he's doing his job, which is covering that B cap and making sure, covering the A cap and making sure it doesn't get taken. Which is a fantastic job. He's just waiting for the rest of his team, and the rest of his team doesn't need to do anything just yet. The points are not against them. As such, it's only a couple of points. It's 20 points base point wise. But this time they're not rushing into the A cap, so they're not going to try and rush the double cap, which then gives Feast the upper hand. They are basically waiting out. I'm trying to kill this mosquito. Sorry about that. They're basically waiting out to see what Feast do. Now Maddox is making a move down the flank. He's trying to stay unspotted as he moves round through that spawn point of GV. He's completely unspotted at this moment in time. The only one spotted actually is Bifrost. Oh no, hidden surprise, and Maddox is now spotted. They are now aware that Maddox is trying to come around behind them. What are they going to do? Berlin again is trying to tempt Feast. He's got there in that mouse. He's trying to tempt them out. Feast for their part, well, at the moment we've got Maddox now overlooking, and there's a crossfire going on here, or potential crossfire on GV. GV are sort of contained into this dip now. They need to break out of the dip. Well, where do they break? There's Sleeping Lion, there's James Bond, and there's Bifrost covering this escape route. Hidden Surprise is also covering it, and you basically got Sugar Magoo in his T22, F Silver and Maddox covering the escape route for B, along with Hidden Surprise, who can cover both areas. So GV are pretty much contained. They're now trying to do the breakout into the A cap, and as you can see, I mean, Doha is getting absolutely smacked. Okay, Bifrost is pretty isolated, but Yakuza loses a hell of a lot of hit points there. Bifrost is still isolated, but James Bond and Sleeping Lion are able to put shots in. Monaco is now getting smacked, but on the other side of the map, Maddox is being pushed, and he's just taken a shed load of HP out of Moscow. He has got 2 on him, but they're 2 E5s against IS4s. They are being bled. Bifrost eventually does go down, which was to be expected, but Monaco now is a one-shot. Yakuza has lost half his hit points. The Vickers now and Sugar Magoo in his T22 are rotating round. Down goes Monaco. Yakuza and Doha now could be in trouble. Most definitely Yakuza. And they're trying to probably focus him. Down goes Moscow over the other side. Maddox is still alive. Down goes Yakuza. Professor is next on the hit list. Down goes Professor. Now we've got to move around because we're going to be looking at Berlin, probably going to be left to the end. Hidden Surprise and F Silver are trying to take down Doha. Maddox has finally gone down, but it's too little too late. It's now 2 against too many. Tokyo may have all his full HP, but Berlin will be doomed and dead and buried. Anyway, it doesn't matter because 1,000 hit points, 1,000 base points has been taken. Feast take it again. Fantastic stuff there by Feast. So, Feast 2-0 up. And again, very, very clever gameplay by Feast. Can't knock it. We're now going to move to Dynasty's Pearl, where we will have GV on the north spawn, Feast on the south spawn. Dynasty's Pearl, well, this is a completely different map again. Is it a new mic? No, it's not actually. It's still the same mic, funnily enough. It's not a new one. It hasn't actually changed. I've just adjusted the sound audio settings, to be fair. Anyway, getting back to the game, we have got GV on the north spawn, Berlin in the IS4, Doha in a mouse, Monaco in an E5, Moscow in a mouse, Professor in a T22, Tokyo in the IS4, and the Yakuza in a mouse. Moving over to Feast, well, we have Maddox in the IS4, BMW in a mouse, Bifrost in the IS4, F Silver in a T22, Hidden Surprise in the VK90, Sleeping Lion in an IS4, and no, he's not in his T22, but we have Sugar Magoo in his VK90. Lovely stuff. What are they going to do here? Well, mouses always make a showing. With the VK90s and the mouses, I'm expecting the 2 mouses of GV, well, the 3 mouses, sorry, of GV to head somewhere towards the B, possibly A cap area. And I'm expecting the VK90s and the mouse of Feast to do pretty much the same thing. But, like I said, you just can never know with these guys. Again, there's a bit of mobility there. There's one T22 on GV's side, and there's one T22 on Feast's side. And no, it's not being driven by Sugar Magoo. It's being driven by F Silver, actually. So there is some mobility on both teams. The E5s are making a showing, the same with the IS4s, so it's going to be an interesting one. Looking at the hit points, well, hardly anything in it. Despite the fact there are 3 mouses, those 2 VKs do actually help out in that regard. So, are they going to do what we think? Are they going to go for the B and the A lane? I can't see the mouses going to the C lane, but you never know. I'm expecting that E5 to go somewhere, haul down, and the T22 to try and get those early spots. So already we're seeing that GV are making a move. Well, the T22's heading out towards the C cap. The IS4s will... Tokyo's going with him. F Silver has also gone out this way. They're spotting each other up. Tokyo's also been spotted. Monaco and the E5 is also going that way, which I didn't expect. What I didn't expect is where the mouses are going. All 3 of them. They are going to the C lane. They are going to the C cap. Now, what we've got here, Sugar Magoo is going to drop into the A cap for Feast, and the B cap is being taken by Berlin in the IS4. It's interesting that it's an IS4 and not a mouse. The mouse of BMW is going to try and come around the corner and reset that cap. He may not be quick enough. Allowing Berlin to cap and then get out of there. And he's got Doha and Moscow in their mouses just covering him. Although, to be fair, I didn't expect him to go out that way. To be perfectly honest with you. I expected him to kind of not go sideways out in front of a lot of guns. I expected him to go the other way. But he didn't, and he got smacked. It's just the way it happens. So as you can see, we've got BMW, Hidden Surprise and Sugar Magoo just overlooking the B cap now. But the B cap and the C cap have been taken. BMW getting a bit of a HE roll there from, I think it was from Yakuza. So, this is now all over to the Feast side. They've got to do the push. And we can see the T22 there of F Silver trying to move round and getting to a flanking position. Berlin again, side on, this time to Sugar Magoo. Very strange. I mean, I am suffering ping and packet loss. I don't know if he's also suffering ping and packet loss, but he's getting absolutely smacked. And he's doing things that you don't normally see at this top tier, to be honest with you. So BMW there, also getting a smacking, trying to take that B cap. Moscow should reset him, and he does. So the B cap has been reset. GV again being slowly led. Bifrost is now coming in completely unopposed, trying to put shots in to Moscow and Doha. Now Sugar Magoo and Hidden Surprise and the VK90s are pushing through and onwards. They're looking for Berlin, and why not? He is very, very low. He's now a 1-shot. Although, that's a great shot from F Silver. Berlin goes down, and I expected that. Moscow is looking pretty worse for wear, but Sleeping Lion goes down. That was quite a lot of HP. Was that a double tap from Tokyo in Monaco, or was it an ammo rack? Down goes the VK as well of Sugar Magoo. Hidden Surprise is desperately trying to get out of the way of Moscow and Yakuza. Doha here trying to make sure F Silver doesn't go anywhere. Great track shot there by Tokyo. Well finished off by Doha. Now Monaco is pushing here onto Hidden Surprise. Hidden Surprise is the lowest hit point out there. He's going to go down. Monaco is going to take him. Bifrost in the IS4 is desperately trying to get out of the way of everybody, but he's going down as well. This is going to be a convincing win for GV this time. They get it on the points in any event. So GV bring one back here, churning out 18,400 damage compared to Feast, a 9,844. Tokyo there doing fantastic stuff. Not really certain what was going on with Berlin, to be fair. Like I said, I don't normally see pro players coming out sideways when they know that there are guns trained in that direction. That was pretty weird, if the truth be known. But it doesn't matter. It worked. They won. So, 2-1. Don't forget, first to 5 victories wins this. We're now going to switch those spawn points here on Dynasty's Pearl. We will now have GV on the south spawn and Feast on the north spawn. Both teams are ready up, so moving over to the first team, we've got GV. That is Berlin in the IS-4, Doha in a mouse, Monaco in an E5, Moscow in a mouse, Professor T22, Tokyo IS-4, Yakuza mouse. No change in their meta from the last game. Moving over to Feast, we have Maddox in the IS-4, BMW in a mouse, Bifrost in the IS-4, F Silver in a T22, Hidden Surprise in a VK90, Sleeping Lion in the IS-4, Sugar Magoo in a VK90. Again, no change to their meta either. So as it stands at the moment, well, it's pretty much evenish, Stevenish. It's, you know, if GV can bring this one back, they're really going to pile the pressure on to Feast. In a big way, to be fair. However, we've still got 20 odd seconds to go, and Feast aren't going to make the same mistake twice. They're not going to do that. GV, however, well, they've got the same lineup, the same meta. There's no reason to suspect they're going to try anything different to what they've just tried. I mean, if it works, don't break it. Simple, really, isn't it? Anyway, let's get out there and find out. So, looking at the hit points, well, again, not much to it, because again, those VK's 90s do help out in that regard, despite GV having 3 mouses. Now let's get up high into the back of this map. Let's get up high into the back of this map. Thank you. Does work eventually. And again, GV are pretty much doing the same strat, but in mirror reverse to what we saw last time. What about Feast? Well, this time F Silver in the T22 is heading towards the A-cap. The BMW, mouse in the BMW there. Mouse in the BMW? I mean BMW in the mouse. Yeah, got a bit tongue-tied. Well, he's going up to the B-cap area again. Looking at the way the teams are lining up, well, Feast aren't looking to give them a brawl in the centre area around the C-cap. C-cap will be taken. However, cap points will go advantage to Feast this time. Berlin is looking to drop into that B-cap. Again, I think. He's getting ready to. Not quite ready to go yet. He's wondering where everybody is. Yakuza puts shots across. Doesn't land. Oh, he does. He gets one into Hidden Surprise. But Berlin gets a smacking from Sugar Magoo this time. Bifrost is there waiting for Berlin to jump in. So this time Feast are basically covering the B-cap. Maddox is just holding back over here. He's not spotted as of yet. So when we look at the way that they're all lining up, oh, there you go. You saw it in the you saw it there at the 800 point rush B. That's the game plan of GV. Obviously, they haven't asked Feast what their game plan is. So you know it could be that that Feast could be looking at doing a rush before they even get to 800. We don't know yet. Berlin again getting smacked, this time Sleeping Lion giving him a rough time as he came around that corner. He's rotated away from the B-cap area. Hidden Surprise, well, Hidden Surprise is tempted to go around and out out Sleeping Lion, but there's no requirement as of yet. Yakuza, Doha in Moscow just holding back, waiting. Maddox is still waiting in that corner. I don't understand why, but he is. He's obviously got a plan up his sleeve. And he is the team captain, so I'd love to know what his plan is, because he's just sat here at the moment, hiding away. He's not AFK, he's just actually hiding, which is interesting, to say the least. Sleeping Lion is side-scraping off the corner. The Hidden Surprise is hidden as well, so he is a Hidden Surprise. F Silver is also hidden. Sugar Magoo is the only one who's not really hidden, and the only one who's in him and Sleeping Lion are the only two who are spotted. Now BMW is spotted. Berlin again pushing around the corner, trying to get shots in. They're now at the 6:30 mark. So Maddox still hasn't moved. Oh, Maddox is moving. And I think he's going to try and get side shots into Berlin. I think they're going to try and rush Berlin before they get to the 800 mark. Now they're saying 3 mouses cap B. So the call has gone out from Berlin, the caller, cap B is what he's saying. The mouse is not moved yet. Berlin saying don't die, but they've still not moved. Yakuza still being given a hard time by Sugar Magoo. BMW has now moved to the B cap area. It's as if they're anticipating what is going to happen. Berlin is like, oh no, Professor is saying go B. In they go. Moscow, Doha pushing into B. Sugar Magoo getting a good shot in. F Silver trying to get a good shot in. BMW on his low. They are trying to take B. Now, Maddox is kicked into action. He gives Tokyo a hard time. Monaco is going to go out and take on Maddox. Berlin and Tokyo are trying to flank round to get shots into Hidden Surprise and Bifrost. Bifrost is just holding the ground there. B cap has been taken. The cap points and the cap advantage will go. Hidden Surprise is in danger. However, there's a counter push coming down from Bifrost and Sleeping Lion. Berlin is in danger again. Down by Giddy Arm. That was a great move there by Tokyo. But Sleeping Lion will be able to put a shot into Berlin. Berlin is going down, but Hidden Surprise goes down first. Yakuza has also gone down. Berlin is now a one shot. They are tantalizingly close. Maddox is going to go down. Berlin is still alive. Sleeping Lion should be taking him down here. Down he goes, but Maddox is in danger. He is in serious danger. Maddox goes down. Now we've got to switch back over to this point because Feast have got the advantage. They have got the advantage because F Silver is trying to take the C cap. And the 2 mouses of Moscow and Doha are toying with BMW. Not only that, Professor is now a one-shot. He's on 44 hit points. Tokyo is trying. Oh, that is a great shot by Monaco, and GV gets it. Wow. What a game. Oh my life. It ebbed and flowed. And both teams were tantalizingly close, and that shot coming in from Monaco there to take down, I think it was BMW he took down. To take him down was just fantastic. I mean, that was just a great shot, and it was the game winner. So the scores are level 2-all as we go into Oasis Palms. Oof. You're not getting much tighter than this, I'm telling you. I mean, this is tight. Unbelievably tight. I mean, it's fantastic, really. You're not going to get better games here. You're seriously not, guys. Anyway, we're moving into Oasis Palms. We will have GV on the South Spawn. They will be rolling out with Berlin in an IS-4, Doha in a Kranwagen, Monaco in a T22, Moscow in an E5, Professor in a Vickers Light, Tokyo in an E5, and the Yakuza in a Mouse. Hello, how are you doing? Hello, Netforce. Excuse me. Moving over to Feast, they are going out on the North Spawn. Well, we have BMW in a Mouse, Bifrost in an E5, F Silver in a Vickers, Hidden Surprise in a VK90, James Bond. Actually, it's 007, James 007, but hey, I can't resist the temptation. He's going out in E5, Sleeping Lion in a Kranwagen, and no less, he's not there. And it's Sugar Magoo, not in a T22, but in an E5 this time. So, Oasis Palms, always an interesting map. Always. Because what do you do? Do you go City? Do you go C? Or do you do the A cap and flank round? What do you do? With the mouse there, well, mouses generally go towards that B cap. Let's be honest with you. And the Vickers and the T22s generally go out towards the C cap to get those spots. We will see, because it may not be as straightforward as we think. Already we got Yakuza and his mouse heading towards where we think, and Professor in the Vickers heading towards where we thought he was going to go. F Silver pretty much doing the same thing at the C strap, at the C cap. BMW pretty much doing the same thing. But what is different is the amount of tanks behind F Silver for Feast going towards the C cap. The 3 5s and the Kranwagen, which is hardly surprising as they're haul down tanks. Hidden Surprise in the VK90 is again trying to be a hidden surprise, holding down there, trying to get those early spots and damage people as they come through. BMW is not pushing into the B-cap area. He's not interested at this moment in time. He's just holding back. The E5s and the IS4s of GV, well, it's only one E5, it's Tokyo. And Berlin and the IS4, well, they're capping A. C-cap is now going to be taken by Feast, but base advantage will go to GV. Feast, on the other hand, well, they've consolidated here. They've got 5 of their tanks in the city, in the C-cap area. You can see GV have rotated all their tanks out of the desert, and they're consolidating their tanks around the B and the A-cap. That is not a bad thing, with the majority of Feast being out in the desert, because at the moment they've got the cap advantage. It's Feast who need to push. It is not GV. So GV, with their hold down tanks here, can just sit behind these dunes and wait for Yakuza to be pushed, because they've got to push the B cap or they've got to push one of the flanks. It's all about timing now, and it's all about Feast and their timing. As you can see, they're rotating their tanks back through their spawn. Yakuza here doing a vitally important job. He's making sure that BMW does not do anything. Sugar Magoo's the only one who so far has got a blooded nose, nobody else. But look at this, they are just hiding behind these dunes. So it's interesting. Oh, Doha getting a bit of a smacking there from, I don't know who smacked him, to be fair. Oh, it was F Silver in the Vickers as he tried to move across. Tokyo is now being spotted. Hidden Surprise is no longer a hidden surprise. Now we've got Bond. James Bond leading the charge towards the A-cap. He has got support from Sugar Magoo and Bifrost coming with him. Hidden Surprise is still not a hidden surprise. He's now very, very, very wide open, and they've spotted him. They still can't push on that B-cap as of yet. 007 James here is looking to try and probably steal the A-cap, but that's going to be highly difficult. They have got a lot of guns trained around this area. F Silver over there, well, he's just holding over there. There's not much he can do at the moment, to be perfectly honest with you. Because as soon as he moves in, he will be spotted and he will get wrecked. Sleeping Lion in the Crown Wagon, wow, he's waiting for things to jump into the B-cap. And Yakuza is not daft enough to do that. Hidden Surprise is now trying to get into a position where he's still a hidden surprise, but he can put shots in. He's trying to get shots into Yakuza. Yakuza is angling his mouse very nicely. BMW is now moving up. The E5s are still just holding back. BMW has now moved up closer to B. And Yakuza is becoming tempted. He's getting itchy feet down there by looks on it. He has got Doha in support, and Doha is just hiding in this little area here. He's just hiding, waiting, seeing what goes down. The E5s of Feast are not tempted at this moment in time to jump into that A-cap. And I don't blame them. As I said, there's a lot of guns trained on that area. Although now Monaco, Professor and Tokyo are training their guns elsewhere. But they're fast enough to rotate back if need be. Tokyo getting a smack, again from F Silver. F Silver doing a sterling job over there. 800 base points, is now sitting with GV. Sugar Magoo therefore gets a shot into Yakuza. Again, they do not need to push, they just need to wait. Yeah, and there goes BMW. BMW is about to move. He is moving into the B-cap. He is going to be faced off against Yakuza. Doha is now kicked into action. F Silver is now rushing as well. Great shot there by Doha. Hidden Surprise jumps in to help out. It's going to be a lot more difficult to reset the cap. But look at the brawl over this side. Feast, like the E5s went in, and the coiled spring of GV's tanks, well, they just pushed. James Bond goes. Now, the Vickers of Professor is being chased down by Bifrost. Can they do anything here? The Yakuza goes down in the mouse. So does the Vickers. This is looking good for Feast. They are tentatively... Oh, and Feast gets it. How close was that? How close was that? That was unbelievably close. And losing Yakuza and then Professor, well, that is what turned it. That is exactly what turned it. Great move from GV, pushing into the E5s, but they were unable to close down anybody other than James, and that was the problem. They needed to close down Bifrost at the same time, and or Sugar Magoo, but they were not able to close down one of the other E5s, with and then BMW teaming up with Hidden Surprise to take down Yakuza. Wow, unbelievable stuff. 3-2. Advantage goes back to Feast. We're going to go back out on this map onto Oasis Palm. This time we're going to switch those spawn points. This time we've got GV on the north spawn, Feast on the south spawn. Both of them are ready up, so let's go with GV first. We have Berlin in the IS-4, Doha in the Kranwagen, Monaco in the T22, Moscow in the E5, Professor in the Vickers Light, Tokyo in the E5, and the Yakuza in a Mouse. Moving over to Feast, well, we have BMW in a Mouse, Bifrost in an E5, F Silver in a Vickers Light, Hidden Surprise now in an E5, Bond, James Bond in an E5, Sleeping Lion in a Kranwagen, and Sugar Magoo back in his T22. This is what we like to see. Yes, when Sugar Magoo jumps in his T22, that's what we like. We absolutely love it. So, that's what we're waiting for now. RGV gonna turn it around again. Don't forget, best of 9, first to 5 victories, guys. Feast to 2 away, but we've seen that GV can spoil that party, and boy, can they spoil that party. So, looking at the hit points, well, it's pretty much even Stevens. I'm not even going to talk about the 90 missing, or the 50, sorry. Let's see what they're going to do this time. Is it going to be a more tentative game like last time, which was very strategic and really well played? Well, we got Professor in the Vickers again heading towards the C-Cap, F Silver in his Vickers again heading that way. This time, however, he's got support from Sugar Magoo, and the rest of the teams, both of them are heading towards the B and the A-Cap areas. F Silver not spotting Professor. Professor's just behind finally spotted, but that's with Sugar Magoo. He hasn't spotted F Silver. In the T22 in Monaco is just holding right on that sand dune at the back there, which used to be bigger, but it's not anymore because Wargaming cut it down. And you see there, I mean, the shots from that angle, well, they're pretty tight. A-Cap is going to be taken by GV, but look at this, there are plenty of E5s here in the form of Bifrost, James Bond, and Hidden Surprise. They're going to be pushing onto the E5s of Tokyo and Moscow, and Tokyo is the target at this moment in time. Tokyo managing to miss that shot by Hidden Surprise and just getting into a little bit of cover. Berlin is now rotating around to try and help out. Tokyo's in a crossfire here. BMW, Sleeping Lion, and the E5s all got shots onto him. He needs to get out of there. He is in a danger zone. He's in a big danger zone. As soon as those E5s, yep, he is being focused. Now, Monaco, Doha, Professor joining forces. But Tokyo is very, very low. And GV need to focus their fire. At the moment, they're not. And poor old Tokyo is going to go down here. Bifrost goes down first, but look, the two E5s of Hidden Surprise and James have got out of there virtually unscathed. Berlin is going to go down. He goes. And again, this is a lack of focus fire here by BMW. Should go down here. He should go down. There he goes, double tapped. But Monaco gets the kill. Feast F Silver running around in the Vickers trying to chase down Professor. And Professor is very low. But the E5s, Hidden Surprise, and James managing to last that push. That could be detrimental. Down goes Sleeping Lion. They need to get rid of these E5s. They need to get rid of James Bond. Well, 007 James. Sorry, James. But they're not doing it at the moment in time. Now, Feast have got the advantage. Berlin is down. Tokyo is down. Professor is down. Finally, down goes 007 James. But now Moscow is being targeted. Hidden Surprise gets a great shot in. F Silver is looking to finish him off. He won't because he's a Vickers and won't have the roll. But Hidden Surprise does. It's now 2-on-2. The hit points are in favour of GV, however, but They've got to get rid of this Vickers of F Silver, and he has got mobility that the other two tanks don't have. It's great having a mouse, but the mouse has no mobility when these two tanks do, especially F Silver. You can see him running rings around Doha, who's even dropped his adrenaline. But now Hidden Surprise is also running rings. Yakuza finally gets a shot into F Silver and tracks him. That could be detrimental, but Doha is not able to finish him off. So forget F Silver, take Hidden Surprise if you can. F Silver now comes back, they've got to finish, they do. This is now turned it onto GV. No, it hasn't, because down he goes. Can Yakuza brawl with Hidden Surprise? Hidden Surprise here, oh, it's a big brawl. Feast do have the points, they have the base points. It's 700 against 600 basically. Yakuza has got to try and pen this tank. And it's a brawl, and the E5 is notoriously difficult to pen, especially when you're up close and personal like this. But he does it! He gets it! That's a big roll! That is a great game! That was unbelievably close! Wow! Great, great stuff. I mean, this is just so finely tuned between the both of them. Hidden Surprise there doing just shy of 4,500. Yakuza doing just over 5,500. What a fantastic game, and what a great brawl at the end there. Great stuff from F Silver. I have to admit, he was doing some brilliant stuff there. Really tried to get Doha in a world of pain, and it was frustrating Doha, you can see that, but we leveled the score back up. It's now 3-all. We are now moving into the next map, Normandy. Both teams are now 2 away from victory. Oof. Unbelievable. So we will have... No, Maddox is not gone. He's probably just sat on the sidelines at the moment. So we will have GV on the North spawn with Berlin in an IS-4, Doha in a mouse, Monaco in a T-22, Moscow in an E5, Professor in a T-22, Tokyo in an E5, and Yakuza in a mouse. Doha has changed to a Kranwagen. Looking across at Feast, we have BMW in an IS-4, B Frost in an E5, F Silver in a T-22, Hidden Surprise in the E5, 007 James in an E5, Sleeping Lion in a Kranwagen, and guess what? That's right, Sugar Magoo in his T-22. That's what we like to see. It's always good when that happens. So, Normandy, a big map, 4 bases. How is this one going to be approached? Is it going to be a C and D strat for both, or not? Is it going to be an A strat? You just never know with these guys. It's so tantalizingly close, man. I mean, these games are so tight. I mean, so far, every game, apart from potentially the first 2, have been unbelievably tight, and it's ebbed and flowed either way, and it's been brilliant to absolutely watch this, and there's no reason to doubt we're not going to get any more of it, because we are. So looking at the hit points, well, you can see there 500, nothing much in it really, 400, sorry. Let's get up high into the back of the map. So what we've got here, we've got Berlin going to head for that middle area and probably side script. We've got Yakuza in the mouse heading forward to the decap, along with the T-22s of Monaco and Professor. Feast, on the other hand, are going in the opposite direction. They're looking to dominate the middle area around the B and the A cap. You've got James Bond, Sugar Magoo, F Silver dropping down to the A cap. Hidden Surprise using his gun depression there, and Sleeping Lion is going to be using his. They're trying to get shots across. They do get shots across, but none of them are penetrating. As you can see here, we have Berlin, Doha, Tokyo. Tokyo is very, very in an interesting position. It's a great little position if you can get there. It can turn nasty, but boy, can you be effective in that position. D cap is taken, A cap is taken. Feast and GV, no distinct advantage. However, Yakuza has now dropped into the C cap in that mouse, so the cap advantage will eventually go to GV. Tokyo now has moved forward from his position behind the plane, trying to get the side shots into BMW in Sleeping Lion. And as you can see, the E5s of James Bond, Hidden Surprise, and B Frost, move round back towards their spawn point. At the moment, the advantage sits with GV because they're covering the B cap and they're in the consolidated area towards the back of the map. So what are they going to do? Feast have either got to push round and flank towards C, or they've got to push through the middle area. GV just need to hold them off now. It is Feast who have got to make the move. It is not GV. Now, we've seen this before, though, where we've got Feast having to make a move, not GV, and GV unable to contain the pushes. They've not been able to counter-push that effectively. To be perfectly honest with you, we saw it earlier on the Halas, and we've seen it on Oasis Palms, just. So, their attacking style is very good, GV, but it seems that their defensive style is not as good as Feast. We will see, however. You can see James Bond there. James Bond. Really going out far and wide. Hidden surprise. Well, he's trying to be a hidden surprise. Just behind the church. BMW is going to rotate round towards hidden surprise, leaving F Silver and Sleeping Lion in the Kranwagen and T22 respectively. Sugar Magoo in his T22 and Bifrost are also moving up. Great shot by Hidden Surprise into Yakuza there. Yakuza trying to put a shot across into James Bond, and he does connect. C-Cap is now being taken by BMW. That's going to force a push by a Yakuza, which could be ill-judged because Hidden Surprise and 007 James are there, and he is getting pummeled for his push. Bifrost also puts a shot in. Now Moscow has been drawn into it. Tokyo not yet. Yakuza is absolutely smacked into oblivion almost. He is now a one-shot. BMW has lost a lot of hit points, but he's still alive. Hidden Surprise has now spurned himself into action. They are leaving BMW. He's doomed and gloom. Down he goes. Hidden Surprise, however, carries on his push. Bifrost, they're trying to look at Tokyo a little bit. Hidden Surprise gets smacked. He's no longer focusing Tokyo. He's now looking at Professor in the T22. Bifrost is now being bullied. Monaco is coming in to help out with the Bifrost bullying. Moscow is there. Doha is there. Tokyo is there. Down goes Yakuza. Down goes Monaco. 2 tanks down for GV. They have not dealt with Bifrost again here. Bifrost is still alive and allowed to take down. He finally goes down, but he takes out Tokyo in an E5. Berlin is now in a world of pain. Down he goes. Feast are slowly but surely dragging this back. Professor is now in serious trouble. He is isolated and surrounded. So is Hidden Surprise, but they get Professor before Hidden Surprise goes down. Sleeping Lion, it's 2 against far too many, despite the fact that there are a lot of low hit point tanks out there. We have Moscow being trapped all over the place, losing 1,000 damn HP. F Silver's going to come ram him and then shoot him. Moscow is going to go down, leaving the very low DPM Kranwagen of Doha to do all the work. Sleeping Lion is preventing his retreat. F Silver comes in. Hidden Surprise, who's still alive, comes in. Down it goes. There we have it. Feast turning it around again. And as I say, it just seems to be, and I don't know if it's just me, maybe you guys have an opinion on this, it just seems to be when GV are in a position of strength, they are not able to counter push and contain the push from the other side as well as they are in going forward in advancing. It seems surreal because so far every time they've had the base advantage and they've consolidated to kind of defend, they have come unstuck. In Feast has managed to counter push them very effectively. So we are now swapping those spawn points. This time, Feast, match point, 1 away from victory. That doesn't mean that GV cannot bring it back. We've seen them do it many times. They will go out again on Normandy with GV now on the south spawn. They will go out with Berlin in the IS-4, Doha in a Kranwagen, Monaco in a T22, Moscow in an E5, Professor in a T22, Tokyo in an E5, and Yakuza in a Mouse. Moving over to Feast, they will go out on the north spawn. We have BMW in the IS-4, Bifrost in the E5, F Silver in the T22, Hidden Surprise in the E5, 007 James, as in Bond, James Bond, going out in the E5, Sleeping Lion in a Crown Wagon, and unfortunately Sugar Magoo is not in the T22, he is now in an E5. Feast, match point, 1 away from taking Winter Championship Asia crown. However, we've seen GV come back, they've done it once, twice, they can do it again. In fact, they've done it 3 times. No, they've done it twice. No, they've done it 3 times. So they can do it. It is within the possibility of them doing it. But will they? Well, we will find out very, very shortly after the timer goes down and I've sipped some coffee. Aha, there we go. Wow. 98 people watching and only 28 likes. Thanks, guys. Not to worry. Anyway, look at the hit points. Wow, again, nothing really in it. 100 and something. Who cares? At this level of game, it's just not anything really. Let's go pie into the back of the map. Potentially for the last time. I say potentially because GV have a habit of bringing it back. So we have Professor in the T22 making a beeline for that C-cap. Monaco is going to end up joining him. He's dropped his adrenaline there, his boost. We got Tokyo and Moscow, both with their boosters dropped. They are heading out wide. Feast, on the other hand, well, they've all jumped into the D-cap. Well, they haven't all jumped in. F Silver's jumped in. Now Bifrost is jumping in. Sleeping Lions just holding back. Sugar Magoo. Oh, this is a push by GV. Tokyo really aggressive around the corner there. There's only 2 of them against a lot of Feast tanks. They are trying to get shots into Sugar Magoo, but they've got Sleeping Lion, Bifrost, James Bond, F Silver, and Sugar Magoo all there. This could be not a good idea. Sugar Magoo is being bled, don't get me wrong, but now he's got Professor and Monaco coming in. This could work eventually. Down goes Sugar Magoo. That is a big, big kill. Look at all the shots going into James Bond there. Bless him, he's getting absolutely mullered. Bifrost also, big round by Berlin. I say big round, it's 30 damage points. Down goes 007 James. And this is what I'm saying about GV. When they're aggressive, when they push, they seem to have a lot more control, a lot more composure than when they sit back and wait for the push. Now, Moscow and Tokyo are in trouble, but the advantage is firmly with GV. Tokyo will go down. Moscow may not last, but now Tokyo definitely won't last. Yakuza turning around, coming in, trying to put pressure. Down goes Tokyo. Moscow may not last. Down he goes. But whilst they've lost 2 tanks, look at this. It's 3 against 5. Yakuza, BMW is being focused. Yakuza puts a good shot into him. Professor Monaco coming round. Professor turning back, looking to try and put shots into F Silver along with Doha in the Kranwagen. No, they're looking for hidden surprise now. Berlin pushing. Down goes Professor to F Silver in the T22 because he didn't focus him. But it's 2 against too many. GV have definitely got this. BMW goes down to Yakuza, leaving F Silver the last man standing. What can he do? Nothing really. It's going to be all over. Monaco's also got a T22. He can match him for speed. He's going to absolute... Oh, he's get tracked. It's all over. GV, bring him back. Oh, my gosh. This game is just one way, then the other way, then this way, then that way. My giddy aunt. I mean, this is fantastic stuff. You are seeing one of the best games I've ever streamed on Asia. Absolutely awesome. Really, really good. And as I said earlier, I don't know if it is just me, but GV seem to be more in control when they are pushing rather than we are waiting for that push. They seem to come unstuck when they're waiting for the push. I just don't know if that's the case. It may be just my perception. Let me know how you think in the chat. We are at match point, even Stevens. This is a decider. Winner now takes it all, and the way it's been going so far is Feast win, GV bring it back. If, however, GV continue like we've just seen, wow, that is going to be awesome. So, we are going out on Winter Malinovka. GV will be on the South Spawn. They will be rolling out with Berlin in an IS-4, Doha in a Kranwagen, Monaco in a T22, Moscow in an E5, Professor in a T22, Tokyo in an E5, Yakuza in a Mouse. Feast, they are going out on the North Spawn. We have BMW in a Mouse, Bifrost in the IS4, F Silver in the Vickers, Hidden Surprise in the E5, 007 James Bond, going out in the E5, Sleeping Lion in E5, and yes, we get it back. It's Sugar Magoo in his T22. This is it, guys. Decider. This will decide who will be crowned the champions on Asia for the winter season. It has been a nail biter. It has been fantastic. And it's going to be such a shame that there has to be one loser. But unfortunately, there does have to be one loser. And, you know, the way these guys have played, I don't want anybody to lose, but that's not how it works in real life. One of them is going to go home disappointed. One of them is going to go home with a massive smile on their face. Looking at the hit points, there's nothing in it. It's a couple of blimmin' hundreds. It's nothing. This is all to play for. And maybe, just maybe, we are just going to see some outright raw aggression. We have the T22s of Professor and Monaco dropping down towards the A-cap. We have the rest of GV. The E5s are going to be following them. The Kuza in the Mouse and Berlin in the IS4 are going to the middle coverage from Doha. Sugar Magoo here in the T22s just covering the flank on this ramp here. The rest of Feast, Bifrost in a holding pattern. BMW, F Silver trying to get the spots. BMW in the Mouse heading towards the B in a holding pattern. E5's just waiting to see what's going down and moving towards the C-cap, albeit only Hidden Surprise and Sleeping Lion. Cap advantage will go to GV. What are they going to do? Well, the T22s are rotating back. They've gone into a holding pattern to look over the A-cap. We have F Silver and Sugar Magoo looking to rotate towards the A-cap. We have the C-cap now being taken by Feast, Sleeping Lion and Hidden Surprise dropping in, not prompting any response from Doha or Yakuza, which is absolutely fantastic. But I am hoping and praying that if they are going to go into a holding pattern, GV, that they don't blow it like they've done so far. They have played much better when they have been the dominator, when they have been the aggressor, when they have controlled the map. Feast, on the other hand, well, they can show that they are able to do it this way. F Silver up high, looking to try and get those spots if anything moves. He is in a fantastic little position. BMW overlooking the B-cap. Now Sleeping Lion, Hidden Surprise and Sugar Magoo all over by the windmill area. They are looking to push down that flank. It's a bit of a stalemate. At the moment, GV have control of the game, but only in regard to the base points. Sugar and Hidden Surprise is now rotating out of there. What are they going to do? Feast have to do the movements. They also have to do the movements. They have to push. They have to take either the B-cap or they have to push into the tanks. We have got GV stacking up. Tokyo, Professor, Doha, Yakuza, Berlin stacked up near the B-cap area, with also Tokyo, Professor, Monaco and Moscow able to cover the A-cap just in case. What is going to happen? Wow, Feast have a habit of going around 750, 800 points like most people do on the base points. This is going to be a fantastic ending to this final. I think, I'm hoping, I don't want it to do anything other than be fantastic. It's been absolutely awesome so far. I'm trying to work out what is Feast going to do. They are in no rush. They're just waiting. They're just holding. They are not even positioning their tanks on one particular side to do a particular push. Are we going to see a rush from Sugar Magoo, Sleeping Lion, BMW towards the B at the same time? F Silver and James Bond potentially rushing towards the A with Bifrost and Surprise helping out in the B-cap. I don't know. And we don't know. It is getting tantalizingly close to that 800 mark. They have got to consider making their move. BMW there getting a bit of a smacking. Hidden Surprise is on the move. Not far. Bifrost, Sleeping Lion, Sugar Magoo, they're all moving. The B-cap is going. Yakuza and BMW, the two mouses facing off. Berlin getting a pummeling. Oh my gosh. Sleeping Lion not able to coordinate round there. BMW again getting pummeled. Monaco and Professor now pushing through the middle. Moscow, Berlin, Tokyo all joining forces to help out Yakuza. Bifrost coming in. The two T22s, Professor and Monaco, trying to close down F Silver, but James Bond is there. Can they do anything? The B cap is being taken. BMW is going to be surrounded. They are going to focus BMW. We're going to stay with this. BMW goes down. GV are so close. But look at this. There's a counter push. The Professor is being pushed. Monaco is trying to get out of there. Professor is being pushed. He is going to go down in this race. Can he get that shot into F Silver? If he can get it, it's going to be a game changer. Yes, he can, but he doesn't do it. Oh, he goes down. This changes everything. Monaco chasing F Silver, trying to get F Silver out of the game. This is massive. This is so close. This is tantalizing. Down goes F Silver. GV are going to win it on points. Wow, my Gideon. What a fantastic finish. Oh, GV able eventually to hold out, despite the fact earlier in the game they were not looking that great at it. They have held out. They have managed to hold Feast. Wow, what a game. What a final. You're not going to see a better final on Asia, guys. I mean, that has been absolutely spectacular. Massive congratulations to GV. They are crowned the winter champions on Asia. Massive commiserations to Feast. They were putting up such a valiant fight, and it was going this way and that way, and they were clearly the favourites until that last game, where GV finally managed to overcome their, well, lack of defence, because they pushed, they didn't wait. And I think that is their strength. They're an aggressive clan. They manage to focus fire better when they are attacking. And seriously, GV, it seems that attack is your best form of defense. Nevertheless, I just want to say a massive congratulations to both these clans for seriously giving us one of the most entertaining, if not the most entertaining, grand final I have ever had the pleasure to stream here on Asia. As far as I'm concerned, all of those players and all of those clans are winners in their own right, but GV will take home the title. Feast will come second. Wow, that's just absolutely amazing. It's amazing, and that is it. And it wasn't an anticlimax. It was not an anticlimax. Sometimes you can think that this is going to be an anticlimax, but it wasn't. It was anything but. It was just brilliant. Amazing gameplay, and just absolutely fantastic. Oh, man, I'm worn out after that. I mean, that has just been full on. Absolutely full on from both teams. Wow, awesome to watch. Anyway, guys, that's it. That is it. I have been Fujit. That has been the grand finals of the Winter Season Championship Pro Tour here on the Asian server, with GV crowned as the champions, Feast coming second, ID coming third. Again, I just want to say a massive thank you to all the clans for rolling out and showing us this fantastic entertainment. It's just been truly spectacular. With that, well, I'm off because I've got 2 more streams to do later today. I have got the grand final on the Challengers Tour for the CIS server later on, and then I have got the EU server's grand final where we'll be streaming via Wargaming's website, joined up with Amunet, Every Good Name Is Taken, and Wild Ones Alper. So guys, until then, seriously, thank all of you for dropping in. It has been beautiful and amazing to have you here. I've loved every minute of it. I'm sure you did. I'd like to thank all the clans again, as I said, for giving us such amazing entertainment. And with that, enjoy the rest of your day. Until the next time, guys. Bye for now.